people. Let's see what we got going on today. Mm-mm-mm. Let's see what we got going on today. Told y'all as soon as I get on, now all of a sudden I want to cough. I ain't been coughing all day. I'm serious. I ain't been coughing nothing. Oh man, but it's no big deal. Oh, break it down now. Ha, ha. Come on now. Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Griffin Notary Services is in the house. Hit that like button, y'all. Hey, what's going on? I got something to talk to y'all about tonight. Well, this afternoon. Well, I'm not gonna be on here long. I promise you that. But want to help y'all to understand something, learn something, know something. Let me get one of my cough drops because all of a sudden, see, as soon as I start talking, then my throat started. Didn't fall on the floor. Start wanting to act up. What's going on, Caprinas? Yeah. How you doing there, Andrea? Good to see you. Yeah, today was good, man. I had a little bit of riding to do, man. I had to go over to Hampton, Virginia, which was about 30 minutes away to do a house inspection. I was supposed to do yesterday and I forgot. And I had 3 house inspections to do today, so I got those done. I had the thing with Notary Dash that I was telling y'all about. The guy to sign the asbestos lawsuit paperwork. I get there, he looks at it, he said, that's the wrong place where I was at. He said I wasn't at that place. He said I was at a different place. Looked through the document and showed up they had the wrong location on all of the affidavits. So he said I ain't signed it. And of course, affidavit, you swearing people in saying that, and he said that me signing this saying that statement is true. And he said it's not. I said, Roger that. Hopped online, let the people know that he didn't sign, why, and then I rolled on out. Now his drive to get to his spot, man, was about 30 minutes to get to him. So, I know I get a trip fee and all that kind of stuff, but it is what it is. So glad that I got it done today with him, and this will give them time to get it fixed and all that good stuff. But what I'm gonna show y'all today. Now, for those of you who are channel members, again, I thank y'all for hopping in the live Zoom meeting we had last night. And we had a good time. We was in there for a long time. And I ain't gonna lie, I expected only being there for about an hour and a half, 2 hours. But once the people started sharing, giving some great input, knowledge, all of that, it was like, okay. And then I was running my mouth too. So we was up in there for about 4 hours or so. But I'm always reflecting and thinking about, what was talked about. And one of the things that came up, and I agree with that, notaries don't understand certain documents. People be asking questions, then you get tripped up and all of that. And I said, well, do you really need to spend all that money on a training course to learn what these documents mean? In all honesty, no. So I said, well, the easy, simple way to do all of that is to use AI. So I'm gonna show y'all how to go about doing this. And I'm gonna show y'all the 3 sentences that the 2 or 3 sentences I used and how I got down to a more concise explanation of it. And I know apprentices know where I'm going with this here. It says, hey, I was wondering, can you update us on SnapDocs account with my new, because I'm unable to log in with my old, is there a customer service number I can call with them? Let's look. Snapdocs.com, right there. There's contact. So don't put in app.snapdocs, just put in SnapDocs, and it's right there. Let me move that out the way. It's right there. So need customer support, submit a request, this, that, and the other. And I don't need that. So that's how you can get in contact with them. And if you want a job there, boom, Want to partner with them. Boom. Okay. So specific time. So I guess they still open. Are they open on the weekend? Yeah, the weekend. So they still open. So they might be able to help you out and stuff. Click on that button, submit a request, and see what that does to help you out. They got a phone number, they got an email. So just go to snapdocs.com, hit contact us, and boom. All right. So I pulled up an old document that I put together a while ago. So in here, this is the alter statement. So let me go down to this here because this here document is a little bit more complex, might be complex. So you won't see this in every single loan packet. But my question is, because everybody wants to be able to summarize, people feel like I can't do the loan closings unless I know. Oops, I forgot to turn the music off. There we go. Because we don't need the music while we're doing this. So people like, I got to be able to know what I'm looking at and what I'm giving to them, even though that's not your job. Okay. So let me pull this other thing up real quick. So what I did was, that's that other one. That's that other one. All right. So I asked this question here. I like DeepSeek. So I asked it, I asked the AI tool, I'm asking the AI tool, help me explain the supplemental escrow instructions to a homeowner. Now I tested it out in Gemini AI. So I'm just using that same question and putting it over here. Now I'm trying to show y'all something here. So when you do this, you look at what it's doing. It's giving you the full details. They're giving you everything. His cousins, his nephews, all of that. Okay. Hey, who's that? Who that said good afternoon? Oh, okay, I missed you. My bad, James. Good afternoon to you, buddy. All right, you're welcome, partner. Wonder if I could start a 1 minute signing service, a 1 man signing service for now. Heck, I mean, you can. To be honest with you, you can. I mean, heck, that's what you are as the notary. That's who you are. They call you. I mean, essentially, that's what you are. So, of course, we ain't gonna remember all this. We are not gonna remember all of this. This here gives a better synopsis. It says supplemental escrow instructions are additional written agreements that modify or add to the original escrow instructions. They are used to clarify or address unique aspects of the transaction that weren't covered in the initial agreement. Now, I like this from DeepSeek better because when I did it on Gemini AI, it gave me a whole bunch of other stuff, that was like very, very, very detailed. So let's say you ask it something and it doesn't really give you um what you want. So let me pull it up. Hold on, hold up, hold up. So then I asked it, I said, give me a 3 sentence summary of the supplemental escrow instructions. Now let's see what Gemini comes back with. Remember, I've originally did this in Gemini AI. So now, if you, as a notary, you like, well, I want to be able to summarize the documents. Okay, boom. Why do you need to pay somebody to tell you this when you can just get on? You got 3 different AI tools out there, and you can sit there and craft your words and say, I need to know how to explain this here. How do I explain this? Same thing with the alter statement. So we got the alter statement up here. Okay, so give me a 3 sentence explanation. If I'm spelling something right, my bad, y'all. Explanation of the alter settlement statement. Boom. So if you want you see what I'm saying? So for a new notary, you don't have to sit here already strapped for money, spending, trying to get. It's right here, y'all. It's right here. Okay. Okay. It's right here. This here is what? Um, Deep Seek.com. Okay. Then the other one is that one. And says I read the title and point to where they need to sign. I get that. But unfortunately, there are human beings out here that they can't move forward unless they do it. Now, here's the thing. Here's the thing. Let me come back to y'all real quick. Here's the thing. After you use a tool like this, the question is, will you believe the information that it gives you? Or do you still need to be in the classroom with somebody? Do you still need to be huddled up under somebody? Do you still need to spend a bunch of money to feel like, hey, I learned? That's the question. Because you can go find the information. Heck, you can get a book. You can go talk to a mortgage person. You can pay them a couple of dollars and say, hey, look, can you just explain about that? And you're going through all of that. Then still the bottom line is, how do I properly fill out a notarial certificate? So we're struggling with that. No problem. Please explain. I keep missing. Explain to me how to. I'm trying to think what I should say. Complete or fill out. Fill out a Virginia notary, a Virginia acknowledgement certificate. Oh, what the heck you? Hmm. There we go. Acknowledge. Please explain to me how to fill out a Virginia acknowledgement certificate. Come on, somebody. Tell me you can't figure this out your daggone self. Mm. Now, I'm doing the reason why I'm doing this live because I have never searched for any of this stuff the way I'm doing it. This is brand new to me. I've never done any what you see me. I've never asked any of this stuff questions like this. I'm doing this live so y'all can see. Okay. The first thing that I caught is that filling out a Virginia acknowledgement certificate is a straightforward process, but it requires attention to detail to ensure it is completed correctly. This certificate is used to verify the identity of the person signing a document to confirm they signed it willingly. Here's a step-by-step guide. Now, the question is for people who say they are a visual learner, you can't, to me, I don't know how much more visual you can get outside of watching somebody do it. But the problem is people don't want to read. So if you don't want to read and you need everything in video format, then you're going to be stuck. So even though the AI tool can help you, and feel free to give me your comments. Let's do this here real quick. Why don't y'all drop a question in the thing and I'll put it in here. So if you have a question about the document or something you want to know, put it in here. So like here's a question that people want to know. Why do refinance oh, I'm messing this up. Refinance loan loan documents have three right to cancel forms in the loan package. What questions do y'all have? Now, for the members, I did a thing about it and explaining to them. Okay, give me a 3-sentence explanation. I don't know why I keep spelling this thing wrong. I'm having some problem. Keep throwing the I in there. Explanation of the right to cancel. Now the question is, do you want to take time out to do this? How do I calculate? I'm still missing. Oh God, no. Calculate new dates on the right to cancel form. Again, I've never asked AI any of this stuff. Again, this is stuff people have been telling me. They talked to me about it last night. I've heard this all my whole notary career. Well, in order for you to be a notary, you have to know how to do all of this. But here's the thing. All this is what when I first started, when I first started, and seriously, drop in your questions in the comment concerning this here. When I first started doing loan closings, they used to include the right to cancel calendar in there. So you didn't have to try to figure it out. But then all of a sudden, they stopped putting it in there. I don't know why, but they stopped putting it in there, and he was getting it from the NNA. And now notaries are like, I don't know how to figure it out. Okay, well, simple thing. Here's how you figure it out. You can either use Notary Assist, or, and I'm pretty sure Notary Gadget should have it too. They have the rescission calendar in there, or you can put in National Notary. When you put even association 2025, and it's right here, rescission calendar. So you have this calendar, and you can look, and it tells you when it is. What is here? Tomorrow's March the 24th. So you know that today is the 24th. It ends on the 27th. If it's the 27th, it ends on the 31st. So here you have, okay, about my printer. What's your question about the printer? So how do you get it wrong if the ability to get it right is right there at your fingertips? You have to make a decision as a business owner whether or not you're going to use the tools out here to move you forward. Some people are doing is using these same tools. It's the model is the HLL 6210 and 6200. 6210, 6200. 6210 and 6200. So the question is, why can't you do the same thing? Now, if you want to create a course out of this, that's on you. But you can figure this stuff out. That's the thing. Okay. So now here's the one question. So most people will say, give me a summary of the 4506C. And sometimes when you ask for a summary, the summary is much longer than you asking it, give me a 3-sentence explanation. So I'm trying to show y'all the difference. If you want a quick explanation, just tell it what you want. And then just say, let me know if you need more clarification. All right, give me a 3-sentence explanation, got it right that time, of the 4506C. Now, so far, I haven't counted whether it's 3 sentences or not. Looks like it is. One, I guess it is. One, that might be just two. I don't know. But boom, there you go. So now, if you copy and paste this, create, you can actually create your own cheat sheet yourself. Again, the question is, do you believe what you're reading? If you don't believe that, and if you don't believe that, then what will you believe? And at what price will you believe it? How much money do you need to spend before you believe what you find out? Somebody can give you a free book and you read it and it tells you everything you need to know about how to fix whatever in your life, and you won't believe it because you didn't have to pay for it. Somebody tell you, hey, give me $500. I give you this 3-page book, it'll fix your life. People be giving $500 and reading it like, I already knew how to do that. You're going to have to start being a grown-up out here. Okay? You got to start being a grown-up and stop acting like you want to be, or actually operating like a W-2 with a business name. But that's what most of people out here are doing. And not just in the notary world, but other types of businesses. They're actually acting like a W-2. They just have a business name. And that's why some people won't go and get an LLC, because in all honesty, they really want to be a W-2. Most people become a notary or some other side hustle thing, as they calling it now, because they're tired of their job. There's something that their job that's not fulfilling. So they figure, okay, I can fulfill that void, primarily money, by doing this. But at what cost? And, oh my goodness, today somebody told me that there are people who have lost their jobs, who are about homeless or close to homeless, and they are considering taking loans out, moving into a hotel because they heard somebody say that they can make a lot of money doing notary business. And that person told me they've been telling to say, don't do that. This is not guaranteed. But when you can market something in such a way that people will believe, because many of us believe. We believe, and then we found out otherwise. Like they said, you effed around and found out. You believed, and then oh wow, this is not like that. No, it's not. And you got people out here, and I heard rumblings about this a couple of years ago, that there are people who've been taking money out of whatever, like their 401k and other retirement things or savings, spending all this money, getting all the gear, because they're thinking that, oh, once I do this, it's just going to be magical. I'm just going to be making money hand over fist. And then they in it for 6-7 months, and they're like, man, I ain't making nothing. Now, have y'all heard of that? If you've heard of that, people taking out loans to start a notary business, put a 1 in the chat. Now, I have to put a 1 in because I have actually heard, and I've spoken to a few people. Yeah, you're right. Say it ain't so. And I'm sitting here, I'm like, I actually forgot about it because I only had a few people loosely talk to me about it. And I know somebody, a wonderful young lady, her and her husband, she spent like $6,000 to get into business. And then here's the other side. You're spending $6,000 to get into business, but you don't have time to do it full time. So in other words, you're spending full time money on the business to do it part time or less than part time. That's not good business. That is not good business whatsoever. So here you have an opportunity to level up, as we like to say nowadays. So let me see if I can find another form in here. All right, let me see what I can find. Oh. That's the easy one to know. Verification of mailing address. You secure document delivery. That's the easy one. All right, this here thing. This is California thing. This is our man Caprentice. All right. So just cut to the chase. All right. Give me a 3-sentence explanation of I mean, again, why do you need to spend tons of money to figure this out? Because see, here's the thing. Even after spending the money to take a course, you still got to go do it. So how do you get over the fear of being in front of somebody, and now you got to do it? So whether you do your own research and come up with your own summary, or you buy a summary from somebody, or you take a course that has a summary package in it, whatever, you still got to go out and do it. So now the question is, now you got the knowledge, you got the tools, why you're not doing it? That's the question. So is the issue I don't have the tool, I don't have a summary of how to what to say about this document? I mean, you could get to the point and it just be extra paper, but you literally just say, okay, I'm gonna print the summary out and I'm gonna put it in front of each document that I want it to be summarized, and I hand that to them. You could literally do that. That idea just came to my mind. I have this, I save it as a Word doc and convert it to a PDF, or just go on the straight save it as a PDF, but really just to save it as a Word document and have it set and have a page from each page. So when I see this form, when I see this form, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to print this off and I'm going to lay it on top. So when we get to it, I'm going to hand them that document with that summary on top. Bingo. We just solved the notary educational problem. Ain't nobody thought of that but your Uncle Griff right here. Come on, somebody. The only person that's thought about that is your Uncle Griff. So there you go, people. Now tell me, how many of y'all feel that how many of you would do that? In other words, you go through a loan packet, you see documents that you clearly like, I can't think of how to summarize this. And you would go into Chat GPT, put a 3 in the chat. If you would do this, get a loan closing, even if it's your first one or whatever, and you take the time, because you ain't doing 5 to 7 like I'm doing today. You got time, and you will sit there, even at your job, and say, okay, this document has this form, this document. I don't know how to summarize it. I don't have the money to pay for a course. I don't have the money to buy somebody's summary. So I'm gonna sit here, boom. Now I'm going to print these extra pages. So that means you can't whine and fuss about the printing cost, because you got to do something to help you out, and there's a cost to it. And I'm going to put that in front of each document. Now I guarantee you somebody's going to take that and they're going to monetize it and stick it in their little training course, and they're going to be like, yeah. And then they're going to be standing on somebody say, yeah, I made $1 million selling Griff. I mean, selling this idea that I heard from Griff. I mean, not Griff, but see, I don't care. I just want you to get the information. Could I monetize this? Yeah. Because it popped in my head about 5 minutes ago, and I'm like, ooh, that's a ching ching. But I said, nope, that ain't my character. That ain't who I am as a person, as a man. My heart is that you get your information so you can start making money. So you take this, so this is how you do it. Now you know what to do. The question is, will you do it? So far, we only seen 3 people. So out of 26 people, and granted, we'll say 10 of y'all are well versed in loan closings. The other 16 of y'all aren't, and out of that 16, 3 said they would do this. So that means the other 13 people, I ain't gonna do that. Not a problem. You don't have to, but you know what you can do. And now here's how this is how we make the notary business better. Now you share this video out and you tell people, look at this video. And then you show people how to do this yourself. Because you got friends who are in this business that's struggling. They paying money for stuff and they don't, and it's right here, y'all. Y'all have found out how to solve the notary education problem, how to summarize the document. It's right here. So for you trainers out there, if you want to steal my content like you already been doing, okay, fine. If you want to make another 2 million, 5 million, $20 million a year, that's fine. That's fine. That's on you. You do you, okay? Because I know you're going to sleep good knowing that you stole somebody's stuff. You already been stealing people's stuff. But people, here you go. You 25, 26, however many people in here, you're getting it firsthand. Now you need to run with it. Why buy a source book? Let me try something here. I have never done this. Let's try something here. Let's just ask, where can I get a refinance loan? Where can I get a, let's do this here, a sample refinance loan package? I don't know. Let's just see what it says. Don't hurt to try. So here's how you can do it. Oh, so you can go. So apparently you can go here. Okay, let's drop this in the thing. Y'all go research that. I don't have time to do it right now. I gotta go fix me something to eat. Other these, okay, legalism. Okay, you might be able to get it there. You can go talk to a title escrow. So all this money you've been spending out here. I use ChatGPT so much; it's a powerful tool. Yeah. Is there any way in the world a signing company or anyone else can twist this into giving legal advice? It depends on your state law. See, it's not the, hold on, let me put that. Hold on. You said the signing company. Well, it's not the signing company because remember, the signing company is just a conduit. They're not even helping you understand notary law. They're not helping you to understand the documents or any of that. They're not, they just defer. So they're just the go between. Okay. They're just the go between. Um, Depending on your state law. So now what you would have to do, and this is up to you to do it, you take those summaries and you go and talk to a real estate attorney. So like in Virginia, I think we have the free Virginia legal aid. I think we have a if it's, oh no, just legal aid. So we have this here legal aid thing, or better yet, use your Legal Shield. So I had to contact them to get some legal advice on some stuff before I got Legal Shield. And hold on one second. Hold on. And that's who you need to go to for your Legal Shield stuff. Right there, Sharon Holiday. That's her information right there. S Holiday with 2 L's .wearelegalshield.com. Just tell her you know me. I don't get any kickbacks. Just tell her you know me, and you'll be fine. I don't think I get any kickbacks, do I? I don't know. I don't think so. I don't know if I had that kind of membership with them. But nonetheless, I know Caprentice, he uses them. So you got free legal aid, you got Legal Shield, and ask them, say, hey, look, do you have somebody who understands Virginia notary laws, New York notary laws? And if I give a summary of the documents, would that be considered giving legal advice? You can't ask the signing company, the title company, you can't ask them. You need to ask your people in your state. That's what you need to do. Okay. That's what you need to do. You need to ask them, that. Okay, that's what you need to do. You need to ask them that. Okay, so I've got her stuff scrolling down here at the bottom. So that is what you can do. Okay, then you got the CFP Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. Maybe reach out to them. You can reach out to local housing authorities. So there's people that you can reach out to get some help and all of that kind of stuff. It says whenever I meet people who are talking about going into business, I send them to your channel with this business instruction to watch, listen before you purchase a course or anything else. Thank you, Dan Dawson. I greatly appreciate that. Hey, you're welcome there, James. You're welcome. But it could be, okay? It could be. Heck, um, what state you're in? I forget, James. I think Indiana. I think that's where you're at. In Indiana, what is considered giving legal ad? Oh, what the heck is? Oh, Montana was. What the heck? Oh, Missouri. Okay, I don't be knowing these names. All right. So in Missouri, what is considered giving legal advice as a notary public? Let's see what it says. Talks about what we can do, notary cannot do. Okay, just waiting for this to finish, and then we're gonna scroll back up. And all right, so it says what? Okay, we know what the notaries can do. It says what a notary public cannot do. Explain documents. A notary cannot explain the contents or legal effect of a document. Recommend actions. A notary cannot advise someone on whether to sign a document or what the legal steps to take. Draft documents. A notary cannot create, modify legal documents unless they are also an attorney. Interpret laws. A notary cannot interpret laws or provide legal opinions. Penalized for unauthorized practice of law. If a notary public in Missouri provides legal advice or engages in activities considered the unauthorized practice of law, they may face all of these things. Best practices: stay your hind parts neutral, refer to the professional, know your daggone limits. And for those of y'all just coming in, please make sure y'all go back and look at the first part of the video, the first 30 minutes or so from when you came in. Because what I'm doing here is just showing people how you can summarize documents using, in this case, DeepSeek. That you ain't got to spend all this money on these courses. You can just go, okay, how do I explain this document? How do I explain that document? And all I'm asking the tool is give me a 3-sentence explanation of such and such document. And it's boom, popping it out. So now you take that 3-sentence explanation, you copy and paste it into Word, you print the sucker out, and then you put it on top of that document. So when you get to that document, either you read it if you choose to, or you give it to them to read and then say sign on such and such page. It's up to you. But you have it. So even if you don't want to read it and you say, well, here's the such and such document, please sign and date. What is this document? Here you go. Well, why are you just handing me that? Because according to my state law, I'm not allowed to explain documents to you. It could be deemed as providing you legal advice. And I have had like one of the things like people will ask me, what is homestead? You know what I did? I say, let's go to Chat GTP. Boom, here you go. Gemini, whichever one. Or just Google it. And then they read it, they're like, okay, we good. So let's go back over here. Let's get back. Give me a 3-sentence explanation of the Homestead Act. There you go. Now, whether or not somebody understands that, that's going to be a different story. We can get the summary, we just can't help them understand it. You see what I'm saying? That's the thing. And you can do that. Now, this here document that I'm looking at over here is a buyer's, but you can do that with a seller's, a HELOC, whatever, as long as you're willing to take out the time to do it. So now, do you feel this has helped you, or maybe if you feel that this has helped you and maybe giving you the opportunity to take down your anxiety, whether you're watching this live or the replay, put a 7 in the chat. If you feel that this information, this video has helped you, put a 7 in the chat. And if you really feel that it has helped you out, give a super thanks or a super chat later on. I don't care. I'm not saying that you have to, but why give somebody 500 when you can give $2 to your man Griff? YouTube keep telling me I need to ask y'all for that stuff. I don't care whether I get $2 or not. I'm just being real with you. But if you feel that this is, knowing this and knowing you have the ability to do this, the question is, will I believe the information that is kicked back to me? Or will I question it and still go spend $500 for somebody to probably go get the same information from the same source and tell it to me in a Zoom room where I can sit there and hopefully I hear some gossip? Because let's just be real. Some of the people that's sitting in there, it's about getting the gossip. It's about sitting there and getting the tea. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, that's what's going on. That's what it's like, I ain't got time for that. I need to know how to do what I need to do. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So we got 7s all up in this mug. 7s all up in here. This is what my goal is to try to do the best I can to help take your anxiety down. Some of the trainers out there, I haven't even said my acronym at all, the TMCs, they tend to teach in such a way that your anxiety level goes up. A good instructor should bring it down. That when you leave there, it's okay, I got this. Bingo, I got this. Now, from one aspect, oops, yep, I know how to do Canva now that I took that person's course. Yep, I know how to go do Google now. I took that person's course. Yep, I know how to market and do this, that, and the other. I know how to approach an escrow officer or an attorney. Yep, bet. But do you know how to do your notarial acts? Nah. Your anxiety just going up. I got videos out there that cover that stuff. Look in the playlist section. Okay. Look in the playlist called Notary Basics on my channel. Click the little picture over here. Click my little picture or my name. Go to playlist. Just scroll over the playlist and look for Notary Basics and look at the second, third, and fourth video. I believe it should be the second, third, and fourth videos in there. That right there is going to help set you straight and help you get an understanding. Here's another thing. Okay, let's look up. This is gonna be the last one. Then I gotta fix me some dinner. What does the word seal mean on a loan document? Now I did a video on this. I did a whole video on this. Okay. The word seal on a loan document historically refers to the formal legal seal used to authenticate a document and indicates its validity, while physical seals, wax, or wooden stamps are rarely used today. The term still holds legal significance. It could be a mark, wax, this, that, and the other. In modern usage, the seal is often printed next to the signature line. This indicates the document is considered under seal, which can extend the statute of limitations of legal ... So that means that's where a person signed. It's not your seal that they want there. It's that person who's going under contract with them, meaning their signature. Their signature is the seal. So a document executed under seal may be subject to different legal rules, such as a longer period of enforcing the contract, 10 to 20 years, instead of the 3 to 6 years for oral or written contracts. In summary, while the physical seal is no longer commonly used, the term seal on loan documents signifies its formal and binding nature, often carrying specific legal implications depending on the state. That's what it means. You see what I'm saying? That's what it means. So that is where a person whose name is under the signature line, they sign. And that's them putting their seal on there to say, I approve this, I agree with this. It's not for the notary to stamp every time they see seal at the end of somebody's signature. No. This is in order to collect in Minnesota, collect money for loan. They want you to have an abstractor license. Okay, so what is an abstractor license in Minnesota? Boom. Come on, people. Like that little clip with the rapper Boosie. Come on, man. Come on, dog. I'm serious. This is how you move forward. If you're unwilling to do this, that's on you. Normally, I say if you're unwilling to do this, you don't need to be in the business. But you know what? You stay in the business if you want. You're just gonna frustrate yourself with spending all your money running behind somebody. You hope that they give you a course that gives you the answer. Right here, you just got direct answers to your direct questions. How can you not succeed? Says if your state does not allow you to explain documents, wouldn't you say that using ChatGPT is the same? And that's what the gentleman asked earlier, and I'm glad you still asked it again. I only tell them the title and keep moving. Right, because now the question is, why do I have to explain that? Because I know I'm about to go down a little bit of tiny rabbit hole here, but let's just be real. You have to look at the source of who's telling us to do this. Is it my state, or is it some other entity that ain't even associated with my state, that's teaching me stuff, that's training me stuff that's not even approved by my state? I mean, that's just real, y'all. Heck, you don't even want to send your kid to a college that's not accredited. Your kid's supposed to be learning how to be a veterinarian, and they getting on YouTube. He's like, what are you doing? Well, this person's a veterinarian over here, or they really like dogs. Okay, that's cool. They like dogs, but they're not an accredited instructor. They're not approved to do this over here. Why? No. No. Go over here to the school that's geared for that. And for us, go to your state. So I agree. Doing all of this is a lot of information. But see, here's what you can do. What people have told me is that they just feel bad that they don't understand what the individual documents mean. Okay, so then do that for your own personal knowledge, but keep your mouth shut. For your own personal knowledge, you do what? Oh, this is what that document means. Give me a three sentence summary of such and such document. That's what it means. That's what it means. That's what it means. Got it. Now you feel more educated, but it don't mean you got to run your mouth about the documents if your state says you're not allowed to. So this is the conundrum that we are in. We have entities who are not a part of our state that are telling us to do things that is against what our state has told us. And now are you going to withhold work opportunities from me because you, who are just the conduit to get me to work, are you going to now stop me from being able to do what I need to do in my state because I'm not doing what you personally prefer me to do, which is why I did the video called Personal Preferences or State Law. Which one are you asking me to do? And what protections do I have if things go awry? Because if all you got is 25,000 in E&O insurance, you best keep your mouth shut. And see, for all those people out there that say, "Oh, you don't need a whole lot of E&O insurance." Okay, cool. The less E&O insurance, then I guess the quieter I'm going to be. I got 1 million, and I still ain't saying a whole lot, if anything. You see what I'm saying? Good to see you, lady. Good to see you. Exactly. My state said no explaining the docs, so I don't. The person that is signing should have done the research in the first place. Some of them get the documents and would not. That's right. We're supposed to be neutral, but we all know the more educated some folk get, the more knowledgeable they get on things, the more they want to let the whole world know how smart they are, and they want to take it to the next level. And that's fine. Just understand that you might get your hand slapped behind that. And if you're getting put in jail, you might get something else slapped or smacked. So you got to decide how much you want to get smacked or slapped. I don't want to get neither. So I'm gonna do what I can to stay out of the lockup because my name ain't Hancock, and I can't just jump out of a daggone jail if I want to. I will be in solitary confinement from day one because I ain't about to be in no general population with nobody. And you know all they're gonna do is put you in county, and you don't want to be in county jail. So if I'm gonna do something bad, it better be daggone something on the federal level, so I can just sit back and chill in the pen in the Fed pen and be like, yo, give me some designer flip flops, and I just sit there and chill for the next 20 years. But you are not putting me in county. Uh-uh. Mm-mm. If I'm going to cut the food as a notary and do, I'm I'm gonna have to go big because I ain't going to county. You are not putting. Oh heck no. Uh-uh. Oh no. Y'all know I already don't sleep. I will never sleep. I ain't sleeping worried about somebody. Oh, ho, ho, ho. No. Uh-uh. Uh-uh. No. I don't smoke. Keep them cigarettes. You ain't getting enough for no two squares. Nah, never mind. Us old heads, y'all know what I'm talking about. I know James know what I'm talking about. But that's where we're at, people. All right, let me get out of here because I need to fix me something to eat because I got a thing to do at 7 p.m. and I need to eat, and I still don't understand why I've been coughing all day, and then I start running my mouth, and then I start coughing. But I am feeling 1,000 times better. I had injured my shoulder a couple of days ago, picking up some water out the back of the car, and I think something popped out of place. And then so I went downstairs last night. I took some pain pills and other stuff on my shoulder, but I just grabbed one of my this pull-up bar that we have down there, and I just sort of just let myself drop, and I believe it popped it back in place because the pain pills don't wore off, but all that pain that I had up here is gone. I mean, I literally couldn't lift my arm. That's how bad it was. I'm glad I'm not left-handed because I would have been struggling. But so long as I can't do gel, so I'm shutting up. I quickly tell the signers, yeah, yeah. But as my mom and pops told me, they say, look at the source where you're getting your information from. What does it do for them for you to follow what they're saying? How does it benefit you? That's the thing. How does it benefit you? So let me go because I do want to say something else. But if I say something else, I'm gonna be on here for 4 hours. I know I will. So I can't say anything. And it was about what we talked about on Friday, but I'm gonna save it for later. I can't say anything right now because I will be on here forever. So y'all have a good one. I want to thank y'all for hopping on with me real quick. Hit the like button, please share, tell your friends, hey, this is the video that just solved the notary educational problem. I think I might even change the title of it to something. I might have to change the title to say the notary educational problem is now solved or something, because what we just covered for the last hour, you can't tell me y'all can't go out here and roll starting this week. Spend the next 3-4 days doing what I just showed y'all in this video. Man, y'all gonna be straight. All right. Y'all have a good one. Talk to y'all later. Peace. Oh, hold on, Jimmy. Oh, you caught me just in time, Jimmy. So look in the description. There's a link for my one-on-one. I'd have a one-on-one session with people to talk to you. And if I need to do some training, whatever. And some people have now started booking me for an hour. So they pay $10, pay the $10 twice to book me for a whole hour. So look down in the description. There's a link down there, and you can book me for a one-on-one session, and then you'll get a confirmation, and then you will get a link to a form. It'll ask you, to answer some questions so I can get a better idea who you are, and let me know what you need help with, because that's what that form is for. And then we'll spend 30 minutes on that. That way I can get prepared and be very succinct and all of that. If you feel that you want to kick it with me for an hour, then you just reserve, 2 30-minute sessions. That's up to you. I hadn't thought about that until a young lady did that, and we had a really good time and very, very productive. So, and y'all know I can easily talk for an hour. So that's what we've been on here for. So kicking it for 30 minutes is short for me, but kicking it for an hour, and I'm not trying to say that so you can do it. I'm just saying, either way it goes, you're going to get the answers that you desire. All right. So y'all have a good one. Talk to y'all later. Peace.